Good morning. This is the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. My name's Dave Burney.
I'm Brent Apperson. Good morning.
Good to have you along. We're having little camera adjustments here this morning on the show. Brent's working on his right now. He's doesn't want to have to bend down as much. There, that looks pretty good, Brent. Good? Yeah, that looks good. So now for you folks, I got the top of your head cut off just a little bit there. I don't want to, because your hair looks really nice today.
Thanks.
Really want to not show your hair since you got it so looking so nice. There you go. All right, there for you folks watching.
Well,
I think we're.
I got excited for a moment. I thought I had grown. Wow. No. I guess not.
I'm going to tell you right now.
It was just the camera angle. Rats.
That's all right, Brent, because you're just the right size. Just
Thanks,
the right
Dave.
Size. Don't worry about it, man.
Wow. Boy, you've come a long way since playing that Short People song a few weeks ago.
Well, when I got rid of the devil, things have just worked out better. Not, and I also don't want to, I want to approach this like a good guy, a guy who has gotten rid of the devil. But I was almost hurt this weekend when we were both mowing at the same time. I was waiting for you to wave, and
I did wave.
Well, yeah, long into the mowing. I mean, we were out mowing at the same time for.
Well, you looked
time.
like you were concentrating. You were just like zeroed in on where you needed to go. I didn't want to bother you.
Well,
and then
no,
finally I felt like you kind of made eye contact with me, so I waved.
Well, honestly, Brent, I was looking over there all the time thinking, well, is Brent going to look up and give me the look like we're going to wave to one another? Like, and I just kind of hurt my feelers for a little while. But then finally, when you were getting ready to do your weed eating, you walked out and you waved. But when you were mowing, it's like you were a madman.
Well, part of my I'll be honest with you, what I like to do is I like to listen to baseball games while I'm mowing, and I was listening to the Cleveland Guardians and the New York Yankees, and man, them stinking Yankees,
they're hot,
man.
Yeah.
So I think maybe that was part of it.
Okay, that's what I figured. And I was listening to KBBN to protect my ears. I have those. Well, they're right over there.
Yeah, those are nice. Those are like the big old.
Yeah, you look kind of like a bumblebee when you wear them.
You used to wear.
But you can listen to good old rock. You got to be careful when you listen to KBBN and mow, because you get a song going and then sometimes you'll run into a tree.
Yeah.
You get so involved in Stairway to Heaven. Next thing you know, you're going down a hill.
Got to be careful.
A lot of mowing going on this past weekend, and I think probably that will be about it this week.
Oh, man.
If you don't like wind and possibly a chance of thunderstorms, thunder showers, and or snow, this might be the week to maybe get out and mow. But there's a lot of mowing going on this beautiful weekend. Man, what a...
Mm-hmm.
I think it was 86. I think you wrote down on Saturday afternoon.
Yes.
82 yesterday afternoon, just about perfect. And a lot of people out enjoying the weather. And this week's not going to be so nice. But the good news is, excuse me, we might pick up some moisture. And I know that I was out here, can't remember which day it was, but the scanner went off and there was a controlled burn called in that got out of control in the Arnold area.
Oh.
And there was a lot of sirens all weekend long, so I think humidity was 24% yesterday afternoon, 82 degrees. The day before, 86, and low humidities and windier. So the danger for fire right now is pretty high. And I'm guessing those guys and gals that are volunteering as firemen have other things to do besides chase down something that we could have prevented. So let's be careful. School lunch menus beginning with the Prairie Pioneers Center, where the older but wiser but more fun bunch hang out. Today they're having sausage, gravy over biscuits, corn, and fruit. The number to call is 872-6121. Let them know you're coming to enjoy the meal, or you can also call that number to set up delivery to your home.
All right, school lunch menus will start at Litchfield this morning. Orange chicken on the menu at Litchfield.
You know, it's a good thing I've gotten rid of the devil, because like on the show this morning, if I hadn't, I'd probably be saying, well, you snob, why didn't you wave? See, I didn't say that. Arnold.
You didn't wave at me.
Well, I kept waiting for you to look up, and you were...
maybe if you would have waved first, I would have waved back.
No, you weren't looking. You were like, you were...
Well, every time I looked over, that was kind of my thing. I'm like, you just look zoned in. I'll wait till maybe I make eye contact with him, and then we'll wave.
Well...
And we did.
Now, I want to be careful about this because I don't want to sound uppity, but I'm on a zero-turn mower. I have to pay attention. You're pushing a mower, and you could probably have a little bit more leeway than...
Oh, you think?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was actually going to try to get over and mow your yard before you got to
I know,
it.
that's why I was looking at the clock. I'm like, man, I better get out and get my lawn mower. I'll have a bill. Bernie will show up.
Oh, no, I wouldn't bill you.
No, you wouldn't do that.
Arnold Public Schools today, chicken patty on a bun.
Let's see, Broken Bow Middle and High School today, biscuits and gravy with scrambled eggs. Oh, I wonder if that's for breakfast or lunch. I don't know, but it sounds delicious.
Yeah.
Cheeseburger, fajita deli wrap, fresh baked combo sub, and the grill station combo is crispy chicken sandwich basket. That's what you're going to find at Broken Bow today.
Sandhill Schools at Dunning, chicken bacon wraps, the ranch wraps, chips, and California blend.
Sargent today, chicken nuggets, corn, fruit cup, dinner roll, and milk at Sargent today.
Thedford Schools, lasagna and rolls.
Loop City, chili cheese dog or chicken quesadilla. The choices at Loop City today.
Callaway Schools, taco burgers today.
All right, Cozad today showing Nashville hot chicken, scrambled eggs with French toast sticks, turkey and cheese sandwich. Some of your choices at Cozad.
In Gothenburg, they're having biscuits and gravy with scrambled eggs, cheeseburgers, fresh baked ham and cheese subs, fresh made pepperoni pizza, Uncrustable cheese and cracker platter. Do you know what that description means? Uncrustable cheese and cracker platter. The Uncrustable part, do you know what that means? I
don't know. There's those, my kids eat them. They're from Smucker's, I think. They're called Uncrustables.
Oh, I see.
It's like I think they do PB&J or something like that, but it's like no bread without the crust. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, I got you. Well, that's somewhat of a
I don't know.
description.
That's yeah, and I think they're called Uncrustables.
Okay.
And my grandkids eat those.
They like them?
They do, yeah.
Good.
So I'm assuming maybe it's the same type of thing?
Probably is. I just didn't know. That's why I asked.
I don't know if I gave you a good answer or not, but...
Yeah, that's good. Thanks.
Yeah, okay. Is it my turn?
I don't know.
I don't know either now. Arcadia today saying breakfast for lunch at Arcadia.
That's always good. Anselmo Myrna Public Schools today, toasted sausage breakfast sandwich and cheeseburgers and fajita deli wraps.
Ansley today, chicken noodles on the menu at Ansley.
Must be kind of the day where you have breakfast for dinner. It sounds delicious.
Yeah, it does. Hey, I've got a birthday that was called in this morning.
Oh, who?
Happy birthday. Now, I got to be careful on this here just a little bit. First off, I'll just say this. Happy birthday to Amanda Schweitzer.
Amanda Schweitzer.
Amanda, happy birthday to you. And then this is what the caller said. Amanda, I want to stress this. It's what the caller said. I believe it's your uncle. Said, happy birthday, Amanda Schweitzer, a.k.a. The Runt.
Oh.
From Uncle.
The Runt. Probably affectionately
so
the Runt.
I just want to make sure Amanda understands that I was to say a.k.a., from her uncle.
Understand.
Okay.
Yesterday evening, I met Pastor Becky Dobish's parents.
Oh.
And they were very nice. Very nice. And I don't recall everyone's name, so I'm not going to mention just one and not the other. But anyway, it was nice to meet them. And they listen to the breakfast show, and they live, gosh, where is it? Clear a long ways away.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was thinking Pennsylvania, but I might be wrong. Somewhere like that. So anyway, good morning.
Yeah, morning. Thanks for listening.
They may not be listening today because they're here in town, but they're enjoying their stay. This is tax day. Don't want to bring you down. If you got your taxes in, everything's okay. If you don't, you might want to get that extension in today. You've got till midnight to file your 2023 return, and unless you've already requested an extension. In that case, you can wait until October 15th, tax day.
Hooray.
Yeah. It's our patriot duty to pay taxes. Jackie Robinson Day. Major League Baseball celebrates Jackie Robinson and the anniversary of his breaking the league's color barrier back in 1947. And on this day, every Major League Baseball player and coach will wear the number 42 to honor the legend. His jersey was retired in 1997, and the last player to wear number 42 was Mariano Rivera, who retired in 2013. And when he retired, they said there'll be no more 42s. So very important day in sports and in our society, in our country. Also, it's Patriots Day, Boston Marathon Day today. And they always have a baseball game along with that in Boston and New England. And they will take on the Cleveland Guardians today in the annual Patriots baseball game that starts at 11 a.m. And it says here, I don't know if this is true or not, but it says then everybody gets wicked drunk.
Oh, well, okay.
I don't think everyone does, but they are known for drinking their beer at the ball game at Boston. So amazing, the Boston Marathon going on for 128 years now. And the National Worst Day in History Day, celebrating one of the most unfortunate days in history. April 15th is the day that President Lincoln died in 1865, and it was also the date the Titanic sank in 1912. And then, of course, also tax day.
So there you go.
We're going to celebrate a birthday today with music. It's Chris Stapleton's birthday today.
Hey, fantastic. How old is Chris today?
46. Yep. He's had written over 100 songs for other artists before breaking out with his solo album, Traveler, in 2015. And he has been going strong ever since. And I didn't know that he'd written that many songs for other artists. I knew that's what he did. So he's been very successful all the way around. Emma Thompson is 65 today, Oscar-winning actress who was in everything from Sense and Sensibility to Nancy McPhee to Late Night and others. Great actress. Linda Perry is the leading singer for the Four Non-Blondes.
Oh, okay.
I always liked that title, Four Non-Blondes. Remember the song What's Up? That was also very popular. She also wrote a lot of songs for other artists. So if you're having a birthday today, such as the Runt.
Yeah. Amanda, happy birthday.
I didn't, Amanda, that was from your uncle,
I was going to say,
said.
yeah. When her uncle called, when Don called, I said, I'm going to make sure that she knows this is from you.
That's a disclaimer, they call it. Yeah. All right, so that's some of the things that we wanted to cover. We're going to play the game, see if we can give away a prize, and then we also have grocery cart specials. And while you get set up for the game, I'll see if I can find some Stapleton.
Okay. Here's your last question regarding Lawn and Garden Month. Your question today, daisies grow natively on which continents? Daisies grow natively on which continents? Your choices are Africa, North America, South America, Africa, Asia, Europe, Asia, Africa, South America, or they grow natively on all continents except Antarctica.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Do I need to read that again?
I think you might.
Daisies grow natively on which continents? All right, here's your choices again. Africa, North America, South America, Africa, Asia, and Europe, Asia, Africa, South America, or they grow natively on all continents except Antarctica. Those are your choices. If you know, call us at 872-2801.
Wake up to the best.
I never miss a morning.
You're listening to The Breakfast Show.
This is Allison with Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency of Broken Bow. We are proud to offer insurance coverage to individuals, families, businesses, and groups alike. Because life is unpredictable, we're here to ensure your peace of mind with custom-fit solutions. Come and see me in Broken Bow or give me a call at 308-872-6996. Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency, where we're not just about insurance, we're about community.
Headaches, ear ringing, neck pain, dizziness, brain fog. Is your jaw pain to blame? Pearson Physical Therapy wants to be your partner in finding out. Tension and dysfunction in the jaw and surrounding muscles can lead to a number of symptoms that disrupt your daily life. It can be hard to know who to seek out for help. We invite you to come see us at Pearson Physical Therapy to learn how your jaw dysfunction can be managed so that you can get back to not having to deal with daily aggravation. Call us at 872-5800 or stop by on West Highway 2, Broken Bow.
Thanks, Andrew. We didn't get a call. It's a tough one.
Yeah, it is. The answer was daisies grow natively on all continents except Antarctica.
All continents.
So you can find daisies everywhere except Antarctica.
That's hard to say, isn't it?
A little bit, yes.
Antarctica, yeah.
Antarctica.
Okay, I got...
Woo! Say that 5 times fast.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. All right, Chris Stapleton is 47 today, and here he is.
Or raspberries, the 6-ounce packages are 2 for $6. Premium Fuji apples on sale for $1.18 a pound. Red or green seedless grapes, $2.98 a pound. Jumbo cantaloupes are on sale, 2 for $6. 1 pound bag of Bolthouse baby carrots, $1.09. Fresh Roma tomatoes on sale for 98 cents a pound. Highline sliced white mushrooms, the 8-ounce packages are 2 for $3. And 8-ounce bags of Dole shredded lettuce get 2 for $3. Old Orchard juice, the 64-ounce bottles on sale, get 2 for $5. Heinz gravy, 12-ounce jars are 2 for $5. Keebler Club Townhouse or Graham crackers, boxes are 2 for $7. Olive Garden salad dressing, 24-ounce bottles are $4.98. Gedney jalapeno baby dill pickles, 32-ounce jars are $6.28. Dawn dish detergent, the 24-ounce squeeze bottles are $4.98. Starkist chunk light tuna, 5-ounce cans are 98 cents. Pringles party snacks get 2 for $5. Prego pasta sauce, the jars are $2.18. And Best Choice microwave popcorn, the 3-count packages are $1.78. Those are just some of the specials that you'll find at the grocery cart in Broken Bow, and they remind you that every Thursday is Senior Day at Grocery Cart.
Sing my share of broken halos.
KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska. CBS News Brief. World leaders, including President Biden, are urging Israel not to retaliate after Iranian airstrikes over the weekend. White House National Security spokesman John Kirby on CBS Mornings.
There's no reason for this to escalate further. The president doesn't want a wider war in the region. Everything he's been doing since October 7th has been designed to prevent that. And of course, we're not looking for a war with Iran.
Jury selection begins today in Donald Trump's hush money trial. CBS's Robert Costa is in New York.
The first time a former president has ever faced a criminal trial, a trial that could have real political consequences.
Trump will have to be there every day. CBS News confirms the FBI has opened an investigation into whether the crew of the container ship that triggered the Baltimore bridge collapse knew it was having systems problems before the disaster. Federal agents boarded the Dali this morning. The city has also announced a lawsuit. CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
In a look at Nebraska news, an investigation is underway to determine what caused a large train derailment in the southern panhandle of Nebraska on Sunday evening. The Nebraska Department of Transportation first reported the derailment at around 5:30 p.m. Central Time. According to the Chapel Volunteer Fire Department, an evacuation on the west side of town was lifted around 7:30 p.m. Central Time, and they added at that time the cleanup process was ongoing. Authorities have not released any information about the derailment. It's unclear how long the cleanup process will take. The stretch of Highway 30 had been closed for a few hours shortly after the derailment, but reopened around 7:30 p.m. Central Time.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Eddie Garcia.
In golf at the 88th Masters, Scotty Scheffler shot a final round 68 to finish 4 under for the day, 11 under for the tournament, and finished with a 4-shot victory. He captures his second green jacket in the last 3 years. Tiger Woods finished 60th. In NBA, we had the final day of the regular season on Sunday. Thunder over the Mavericks, 135-86. Oklahoma City gets the 1 seed in the West. Nuggets beat the Grizzlies, 126-111. Denver, the 2 seed in the West. Suns down the Timberwolves, 125-106. Minnesota falls to the 3 seed in the West, while Phoenix captures the 6 seed, avoids the play-in, and will face the Timberwolves in the first round. Celtics wrap up the regular season with a league-best 64-18 record. They're the 1 seed in the East. They beat the Wizards 132-122. Knicks are the 2 seed after getting by the Bulls 120-119. Bucks fall to the 3 seed. They lose to the Magic 113-88. Milwaukee will face Indiana in the first round of the playoffs. Orlando will take on Cleveland.
Here's your weatherology forecast. Lows level off around 49. Overnight, under clear skies. Winds out of the southeast, 10 to 15 miles per hour. Slight chance for storms. Monday, daytime highs approaching 84. Mainly sunny skies. Thunderstorms likely. Monday night, lows dip down to about 50. Mainly cloudy skies expected. Highs level off around 68. Tuesday, with thunderstorms likely. 65, mainly clear. Wednesday. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Laura Lockwood.
Is your current financial advisor really listening to you, or just waiting for his or her turn to talk? Hi, I'm Janet Lawhorn.
And I'm Tim McCaslin,
your local Edward Jones financial advisors, and we are here, ready to listen. We want to know what's important to you. We want to learn about your goals so that together we can put you on the financial path that's right for you. Call us at 308-872-6849 or visit edwardjones.com to get started today. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
51 degrees under a sunny sky. Winds are light and variable so far today. Barometric pressures at 29.82 and has been steady all morning long. Humidity at 53%. High temperature yesterday, 82 with an overnight low of 47. Sunset today at 8:18. Sunrise tomorrow morning at 6:57. So we're ahead of 7 o'clock now for sunrise. 54 hundredths precipitation measured so far this month. We need to talk about that for a moment. Fire danger today will be very high. Humidities will be low. Winds will be up. And we'll want to be very, very careful today. Hopefully the forecast will come true and we'll get some moisture of some kind during this week and all the way into the weekend. All sorts of different scenarios of how that precipitation is going to come. But we do need some. And until then, let's be very, very careful. It's 8:05. You're listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show, and our first guest is in from the Broken Bow Area Rotary. Deb McCaslin is here. Deb, how are you?
Doing great.
Deb, you've traveled a long ways to get to the breakfast show. You're just in town here from your recent trip that you described to us before you left. So jump right in and tell us what happened while you were away.
Well, I'm still trying to figure out what all has been going on in Custer County while we were away. But the trip was absolutely fantastic. This is a girls' empowerment project to Zimbabwe. And I'd really like to send a huge thank you to the Custer County and especially Broken Bow audience, because when we had a panty drive, they came out in droves. We ended up with 2 large suitcases and about 1,000 panties that we took to Zimbabwe as gifts from Broken Bow. Melanie Nixon was just great. She became an underwear dealer so that we could do this. But it just shows you what a big heart our community has for girls thousands and thousands of miles away. It's about a 9,000 mile trip. So that their heart goes out to not just local people, but people elsewhere. The project puts sewing machines into 133 schools to teach the girls how to sew. And they'll be sewing their own sanitary wear to take care of their periods to help them keep in school, because that's not something that's readily available there. And it's the initial impact. I was wrong. I was saying 6,000. The initial first-year impact out is going to be 8,000 girls.
Oh, great.
So it's a project that our club has been working on for about 10 years. And to be in Zimbabwe for the launch of the project was very special. They're doing a Train the Trainer program. They were bringing in 2 teachers from each of these 133 schools to teach them how to sew. And when I looked around the room of the teachers, there were several men in the audience that were learning how to sew. And I walked up to one and started talking to him. And he's a history teacher. He's been a high school history teacher for a long time. And I said, you're here. I didn't really know how to start the conversation, without being completely off the wall or inappropriate, because I was trying to be very appropriate. And he goes, well, I do have a wife, and I have daughters, and I have sons, and my sons will have wives, and they will have daughters. And wouldn't it be great if we could keep them all in school? So I thought that just really summed it up.
So this just got underway, but you've been working on this project for a while. I was curious, because you kind of described to us before that they would be learning to sew. Can that be used in well, I guess the obvious question is, where do they get sewing machines, and how can they get sewing machines for their own homes, or is that possible?
Oh, absolutely. They're manufactured in Zimbabwe. Singer has a plant there.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, we bought all Singer machines. And I know Trish McCarran was, when we were showing her the pictures of them, she got really excited. She goes, that's a really good machine. Now, they're not electric, because none of these schools don't have electricity. So they're hand cranked or the old pedal.
Yeah.
But they're just made rock solid. They're all metal and just beautiful machines.
So if they learn to sew, of course, for your project, then they also can sew garments and other things as well, right?
Absolutely. One of the things that Norm and I did, if not the last trip, the trip before, one of the trips is we did a survey of the businesses and the safari camps and everything, and the question we asked is, what skill would you hire if that skill was available? And this is something I took straight from CEDC in Custer County, because it doesn't do you a lot of good to teach a skill if there's no job on the other end of the skill. And we were told over and over again, send us someone who can sew. Send us someone who can sew. And, my blinders were on before that, and I was going, I never would have thought of that. And so while we're teaching the girls how to sew, we're also bringing in business classes, entrepreneur classes, health classes, and just self-skills type things. So I'm just super pumped about everything that's going on.
Yeah.
It's just a wonderful adventure. And I'd like to invite everyone to come to the hospital this Wednesday at noon. Norm and I are going to be presenting on this, with a slideshow and things like that. And they had a formal blessing of the sewing machines with lots of great African music. It was just really cool.
Well, that sounds pretty neat. Have you had a chance, I'm guessing you have, if not be inside, but be near the homes that these folks live in. Can you kind of describe the homes that they have?
We've got some pictures of that. It's it depends on where you are. If you're in the rural areas, it's straight out of National Geographic. They're reed huts, and they're round, with the beautiful straw roofs and everything. And they're round because snakes look for corners. And so a snake will come in and just go around and come in the front door and come out the same door. So
that's a wonderful thought.
Yeah.
I asked about that. I was going, this is really cool, because to me, a house is square. And they go, well, no, because snakes find corners to park in, and if you have a round house, they just come in and go straight out.
Well, okay.
All right.
For someone who doesn't like snakes.
And there are things like black mambas there.
Yeah, I mean, they have some snakes.
They have some serious snakes, cobras.
Yeah. So then are the floors dirt?
Floors are dirt, but they're clean. I mean, they're just, it's kind of like walking into a sod house, only it's round.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very similar. And so it's often that they might have sleeping huts, and then they might have a cooking hut.
Oh, separate?
Separate. Not all of them have bathrooms in the village, and if they do, they're your old-fashioned outhouses.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, water is frequently, you have to go to the river to get it, and there are crocodiles in the river, so it's kind of dangerous. But if you're really lucky, you've got a borehole. Our club did partner with several other clubs to drill boreholes for some of the villages several years ago.
Yeah. When they go to the river, then, besides the crocodiles, do they have to boil it after they take it from the river to use it?
They do boil it because there's parasites there.
Yeah, I was wondering. I mean, river water is typically not crystal clear. Yeah.
No, and these waters have things that will eat you.
Yeah. If the crocs don't get you, the parasites will.
Or the hippos.
And
the hippos actually kill more people in Africa than any other animal.
Really?
They're aggressive. Then.
They need to be sent to the corner. And I mean, they are very aggressive.
Wow.
And very big. I never dreamed how big a hippo really was until he runs up on you.
Wow. Well, it's fascinating. And what's next? The program will continue? And
the program will continue. We have to guarantee the life of the program for 5 years.
Okay.
But that's already in position. I am so proud of the folks we're working with there. They have worked just hours and hours and hours and hours to get this launched, and they're so proud of it. The other really cool thing is we partnered with several other NGOs there. One is called Pathways for Girls, another Lubuka House, which is a Catholic charity, Wilderness for Children. Children in the Wilderness, excuse me, I reversed the name of that particular NGO. But the thing we kept getting hit with in the discussions was we never thought we could do this, and now let's figure out how to dream bigger. We were looking at the Wangi district. They want to extend this south. And this is an area of Zimbabwe where living is mainly subsistence farming. So your average income is about $210 a year. Your wealth is measured in how many animals you own.
Mm-hmm. That's old history, too. Yeah.
That is, yeah.
How much discussion is there on we want to make their lives better, healthier, for sure, but we don't want to change the way they live?
Right. There's a lot of discussion on that. One of the things that in order to put a Rotary Global Grant into place is that it's never our place as Americans to walk into a village and go, can we drill you a well and build you a bathroom? I mean, it's just not our position to do that. It's our place in life to go in and say, hey, we're friends. What can we do to help?
Yeah.
What can we do to help? And this is a program that was really created by the people on the ground there. And Broken Bow Area Rotary was just the facilitator. So in a global grant, you have to have a club on two countries. And it can be any two countries anywhere. A prime example is back in 2018 when we had those horrible floods in Nebraska. We wrote a global grant in Nebraska, and clubs, the districts from India, Argentina, Mexico came in and helped us, and we purchased the Hot Meals trailers that went out and fed the folks most impacted by the flood, and now they're being used to answer to fires and tornadoes, hurricanes. We've got 4 trailers now, and they're sent out.
And that's all through Rotary.
That's all through Rotary. But this was purchased by the same type of grant as this one, only the money was coming to Nebraska. And on this one, ours was going there. And this particular grant in Zimbabwe was funded through clubs in Nebraska. Several Interact clubs, high school kids, ran fundraisers because they wanted to help high school girls someplace else that need a little bit of help. But it was also funded through clubs in Colorado, New York, New Jersey, but it was also funded through clubs in Mexico and India. So it's just about clubs all over the world looking at something to go, I kind of like what's going on there. What can I do to help? And gathering forces, it's like more people at the table, you can do more.
Well, it's so refreshing to hear what can I do to help rather than how can we change you? Because the history tells us that's not a very successful plan.
And Zimbabwe has a couple of additional, I think, challenges. And one is that the HIV rate is so high. Unemployment is around 80% now out of COVID. So can you think of a community where you have 80%? We have 2.6 in Nebraska. And I think in Broken Bow, I swear it's 1.1.
I think it is.
I think in Broken Bow it's 1.1, but it's 2.6 in Nebraska. But in Zimbabwe, it's 80% coming out of COVID because they had the tourist industry was so important to them with Victoria Falls and safaris and people wanting to see elephants that it just tanked. And it's just now starting to get back into a little bit of the flow, but they're not where they were by any means. But HIV is prevalent, and so if you've got girls in high school, they miss a week out of every month. At the end of the year, they have what they call the end of the year testing, and testing is expensive. You have to pay for it. High school is not free. And so you've got a family struggling to feed your kids, and then all of a sudden you've got girls in high school that don't score well at the end of the year. And if you fail more than 2 of your subjects, you're not invited back to school.
You're done.
You're done.
Wow.
So how would I know how I would have done in my math and science classes had I hit the end of my sophomore year and I'd already missed 16 weeks of school. If you just start doing the math, it's very difficult to keep up.
Yeah.
You don't have electricity at home. You don't have computers. You can't self-study. We at one point in time we brought some books in, and the kids in the school were so excited to have something that they could take home that they were tearing all the pages out of the books to share the reading material with their classmates. Gosh. So that they could have something to take home. We've got huge libraries here that are fantastic, and that doesn't exist. So back to the story, I'm missing this school. You fail school. You're 14 years old. You've just failed your school. You failed your freshman year, and it's not because you don't have the intelligence, is you weren't given the opportunity. And you're living with an aunt and an uncle or grandparents because your parents have passed away. And your uncle has all these kids to feed. He's got his kids and his wife's kids and his brother's kids. And he goes, I don't know how to feed you. I don't know what to do. I'm going to find you a husband. That way I know you can eat. So there's a lot of child marriages, not done out of spite or done out of hate, but done out of care.
Necessity.
It's done out of necessity. Yeah. And so off she goes. And so then she finds herself, and she's 14, and she's pregnant, and her body is not ready for a baby. And so we're just looking at all of these things. In order to launch a global grant, the other thing you have to have support from the people on the ground who've developed the project, but you also have to have their government support and their support from their health industry. So we had letters of support, not only in support, but saying, please come in and do this. From equivalent, it was like the provincial governor. There's 6 provinces in Zimbabwe. You know, he came and visited and wrote us a letter of support. The head of the health industry, the head of the education industry, they all said, please bring this in. We believe it can make a difference. So thank you, Broken Bow, for believing in this.
Well, thank you, Rotary, for what Rotary does internationally, nationally, and right here in the state of Nebraska and right here at home. So you're going to be speaking, Norman. You will be doing a presentation on Wednesday.
At noon at the hospital in their conference room, which is right by the cafeteria. Lunch is available for $5, which is a great price, and it's a fantastic lunch. And so come a little bit early, grab lunch, be in the conference room at noon. We'll try real hard not to bore you.
Well, I think it'll be fascinating. Deb, thanks a lot for coming in, making your alarm go off early enough to get you in here after your travels. Usually when you travel by airplane, you never know exactly when and where you're going to arrive or where they're going to divert you to before you get home. So it's always a little exhausting. So we appreciate you making your way here to the breakfast show this morning.
Well, thank you, gentlemen, very much for your time and your effort and everything you've done to promote this.
Well, with your help, we've been able to do that. Thanks, Deb.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Broken Bow Rotary doing good things. We'll be right back.
Sorry, but we actually have a wait list for our Monstera.
Shaw's greenhouse is really bringing in the green.
We can't keep snake plants in stock.
She needs a construction manager to build on her roots and grow.
We could add a whole section for ferns. And here we'd have dahlias, and more dahlias.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. With eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Nebraska State Bank, leading, serving, growing. Leading means making a difference in their communities by investing in and supporting local businesses. Serving their communities with employees' involvement, volunteering, and contributing their time and talents to area organizations and events. Growing by uniting with their customers and area businesses to support them in progress and prosperity. Leading, serving, growing. It's what they strive for their customers and communities. Nebraska State Bank, member FDIC.
Unlock the door to endless project possibilities at Ansley Lumber and Supply, where local service meets ag material convenience. Fencing post options include creosote and copper. Of course, they have staple guns and staples for fence repair, too. Gallagher fencers and accessories are on hand, and don't forget they're an authorized DeWalt dealer. Keep warm and clear the snow with shovels, hand and foot warmers, and ice melt. And keep it comfortable inside with their blow-in insulation and trailer. For the smaller projects, go with spray foam for around windows and cracks. Ansley Lumber and Supply, downtown Ansley.
Election time is approaching. You're invited to attend a Media Candidates Forum at the Broken Bow Municipal Building, presented by the Custer County Chief, KCNI KBBN Radio, and K-Bear Radio. Wednesday, April 24th at 6:30, candidates for Legislative District 43 will be present, Tanya Storer and Tony Tangwall. Candidates for Custer County Supervisor seats have also been invited to participate. If there's something you want to know, submit your questions by emailing chiefnews@custercountychief.com. No anonymous questions will be accepted. Please include your name, address, and contact phone number. ID information will not be shared. Wednesday, April 24th at 6:30, the public is invited to attend a Media Candidates Forum at the Broken Bow Municipal Building. Be an informed voter. Attend the Media Candidates Forum April 24th.
Thanks for starting your day with us.
It's gonna be a good day.
Every morning. KCNI, KBBN Radio.
8:25 is your time. We have another guest coming in, or maybe guest, but guest for sure. Custer County Economic Development Corporation will be in, and they'll also have their monthly meeting later on today. So we'll probably talk about some of the agenda items that will be talked about this afternoon at the meeting. A few other things we want to tell you about. Brett, what's the track schedule this week?
Well, as far as live
coverage
going somewhere, we won't be going anywhere this week. Next week will be MNAC.
Next week.
Yep, next week on the 26th. But we don't have anything scheduled to actually go live to this week.
Well, that might be all right with the weather the way it's going. But,
correct. Yeah.
And some of those track meets may or may not happen on the days that they're scheduled to as well, depending on talking about winds way up there in the 50s and 60s and 40s and 30s and temperatures cooling down. It's going to be a challenge to have those track meets that are scheduled this week. You know they will if they can.
If the weather allows.
And typically they'll compete in some pretty uncomfortable weather to get them in. So I know we'll follow that, and you'll have results of that as well. The upcoming, well, let's just back up for a moment. As our friend Rick Nelson says, let's just back up for a moment here. We got a call from a Mr. Wright. Just before 8 o'clock when you were doing the grocery cart specials, and there was a comment he didn't care for. I believe this time around you made the comment.
It came from me. Yes, I know. I was making mention that when I go out, mow the yard or walk or whatever, I like to I have what they call the MLB app, which allows me to listen to every radio broadcast of every single team that's out there in the major leagues. Mm-hmm. And I was listening to the Cleveland Yankees game yesterday, and I just made a comment about, I think I referred to them as the stinking Yankees. And Mr. Wright took offense to that. And because Mr. Wright's a good friend, I apologize to him.
Kind of.
I guess.
but not really.
Yeah. Oh, man. They're off to a great start, though.
Oh, they are looking good.
Man, they are tough. That lineup is, you put Juan Soto in that lineup, and my gracious. Eek.
Yeah.
It goes, doesn't it go Soto, Judge, and Stanton? I think those three guys all in a row in the lineup. My gracious, man.
I don't know. And, baseball, it's changed a lot because, usually in years past when you had a good team, it was good the next year. Or if you had a bad team, it wasn't so good the next year. I mean, I think the Royals are actually playing pretty well right now.
Yes.
And the Yankees are hotter than a pistol, and they couldn't do very well last year. And of course, they changed and added some players, and that's the difference, I guess. But even sometimes when teams add players, they don't get any better. But seems like, of course, early, Mr. Wright. It's very early.
Very early.
I don't want you to get your hopes up too high.
I think your Tigers have been off to a good start. Maybe have kind of leveled off here lately, but got off to a good start.
Yeah, they were.
I say Dave's Tigers because
my beloved Tigers.
Last I checked, that was the team you were rooting for. I don't know.
That's always been my team.
Oh, always. Yeah.
Always. Transportation. They have a friendly and supportive work environment that encourages creativity and innovation. And if hired, they provide training and career development, advancement opportunities, ample paid time off, a work-life balance, and comprehensive benefits package that includes a matching retirement contribution. Now, this particular position, in fact, all of your positions through the Nebraska Department of Transportation, you need to apply online. So go to statejobs.nebraska.gov. An online state application must be completed. The state of Nebraska is an equal opportunity veterans preference employer.
And we'll stay with the job opportunities. Here's a couple through Off-Broadway Assisted Living in Broken Bow looking for someone to fill the role of administrator. You would be serving as ambassador to the facility, be responsible for the day-to-day administration of programs, services, and financial operations, planning, development, implementation, evaluation, and improvement of program services, also management of staff and the delivery of high-quality services as determined by the management company, residents, and their families. Also, they are looking for someone to fill the role of night shift med aide. You would be assisting residents with daily tasks in this position, ensure residents are given proper medication, and perform nightly tasks. Now, with each position, they are offering a $2,000 signing bonus right now. So if you're interested, you can contact the center at 872-2522 with any questions. Feel free to stop by the facility at 403 South First Avenue in Broken Bow, or you can just send your resume to this email address. Email it to administrator@offbroadwayapartments.com. Also, they want all of you to know that they are offering a referral bonus. So if you know of someone who would be qualified for either of these positions, please send that information to administrator@offbroadwayapartments.com, and you might be eligible for a $500 referral bonus.
And another job opportunity, the Central Nebraska Community Action Partnership is looking to hire a WIC nurse, REN, LPN, dietitian needed for the Women, Infants, and Children's program to enhance and make a difference in the lives of families. The position is a full-time or part-time with flexible hours. Contact CNCAP for more information. Call them at 308-745-0780, extension 105. And you can also go online to centralnebraskacap.com to get set up and get applied for the WIC nurse position, either full-time or part-time at the Central Nebraska Community Action Partnership program. More right after these words.
Do you have a laundry list of projects to do around your home? Refresh your space by completing the list of home improvement projects with the help of a HELOC from Burning Bank. If an updated look is not enough and you're ready to buy a new home, we can help with that too. Navigating a home purchase can be confusing, but it doesn't have to be. Let our friendly, experienced staff guide you to owning the home of your dreams. You can apply in person, online at burningbank.com, or give us a call at 308-872-2757 to get you started. Burning Bank, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 473773, member FDIC.
Moline Seed and Fence is your leader in agricultural fencing and animal management solutions. Let's get ready for spring with the new satellite water monitoring system from Gallagher. Check your tanks in seconds for a fraction of the cost of driving. Turn that time saved into a new fencing project. High tensile, barbed wire, metal, and pipe fencing all in stock and ready for your next project. Moline Seed and Fence, located southwest of Callaway. Give them a call today. 308-529-0781.
Hello, spring, and hello, allergy season. Varney Health Mart in Broken Bow has the products you need to push those allergy symptoms aside. Leader 24-hour allergy relief 35-count tablets are $7.99. And eye allergy itch relief drops are $8.99. 24-hour 35-count tablets of Zyzol are $15.99. Pataday eye allergy itch and redness relief twice daily drops are $15.99. Eye allergy itch relief is $19.99. Or once
Casey, Melissa, or Kim today and schedule spring spraying with Aero Aviation, 872-5113.
If you are thinking about planting a new lawn or renovating an existing one, start with quality turf seed from AeroSeed. AeroSeed grass seed has high germination, is weed-free, and comes with the expert advice that you don't get at those big box stores. AeroSeed has several different turf varieties and a knowledgeable staff to assist you in choosing the one that will work best for you. To learn more, call or stop in to AeroSeed in Broken Bow or visit aeroseed.com for the dealer nearest you.
And action! It's Dave and Brent getting the action started on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show on KCNI KBBN.
8:44. Well, everybody's doing a little mowing last weekend. That means the grass is growing some, but it will need a nice meal going into springtime.
Yeah.
And A to Z Lawn Pro actually has the sign up for their 4 or 5 step program where they'll come in and take care of everything for you. The application, you don't need to worry about timing or whether you're applying it correctly and all of the ingredients and different ratios and all of that. They take care of that. Their formula is created to work specifically in this area. And a healthy lawn is a happy lawn. So take time to care about it. That's what A to Z does. And they're also providing interseeding to introduce new grass into existing sod. And that works pretty good if you water it and fertilize it afterwards. And you'll have to take care of the water, but A to Z can take care of the fertilizer. Call them at 308-870-1762 and boost your lawn with A to Z Lawn Pro today. They serve Broken Bow and 100 miles beyond, and they offer free estimates.
All right. Man, we are to the third Thursday of the month already.
No.
And the third Thursday of the month means that they will be doing the Sip and Shop at Rustic and Red in Cozad. It's this Thursday for their monthly Sip and Shop. Sales will run all day. The sipping will start at 4 o'clock. So be listening for more details to come later this week, and make sure you follow their Facebook page to stay up to date on details. I know a lot of ladies kind of grab their girlfriends, get together as a group, and make a girls' trip to Cozad for the third Thursday. So check it out this Thursday at Rustic and Red in Cozad. They will be open from 10 a.m. to 7 at Rustic and Red in beautiful downtown Cozad. Again, the sipping for the day will start at 4 o'clock this Thursday at Rustic and Red.
Ray Stevens with Misty, one of his hits that wasn't like a lot of his others that he released, not with a comedy story and characters in it, but certainly he performed it well. It's a big hit for him. Wednesday, April 24th, want to keep reminding you, save this date. This is the Media Candidates Forum at the Broken Bow Municipal Building, and you may have heard the ad earlier, but we want to kind of make sure we start talking a little bit more about that, because this is your chance to learn more about the candidates, and hopefully when you get to the voting booth, and we hope you'll get to the voting booth, that you have the information you need to make your decision. And the candidates for Legislative District 43, Tanya Storr and Tony Tangwall, will be at this forum. And we'll have others that are running for supervisors to participate as well. There's also other issues that may be brought up too. So, come to the forum and get the information that can be provided. This is put on by the local media, the Custer County Chief, KCNI, KBBN, and KBBN Radio. The moderation will be done by the Custer County Chief. All questions will be asked by media representatives, so we've been asked to submit questions as well. You can do the same to be considered for use by emailing your questions to chiefnews@custercountychief.com. No anonymous questions will be used, so include your name, address, and contact phone. That information will not be shared, but they do need to know your identity before they'll ask the questions. That's coming up at 6:30 p.m. on Wednesday, April 24th. And I believe that Jeremy has mentioned he's planning on making that available to the public that night through a live feed on the internet. That will not be on the radio, but we'll have it on the internet. And of course, then that will be saved and you can watch it again later.
There you go.
But we'd like to have a nice crowd there. The people are going to take their time to come in and answer those questions, so it'd be good to have the public there and you can learn a lot by just being there as well, and watching and listening to the questions be answered. So that's coming up on the 24th of this month at 6:30 p.m. at the Broken Bow Municipal Building.
All right. Since we're promoting area events here, don't forget the Melham Hospital Auxiliary Rummage Sale is this week. I think they had their first bundle day yesterday. Bundle day continues today, I think, until 6. I'm doing this off the top of my head. It'll be at the Broken Bow Municipal Building. And so drop off your clean, presentable items to the sale. And then the sale days will be tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday at the Broken Bow Municipal Building.
And the money raised is always used for things at the hospital that maybe aren't in the budget. One of the examples would be if you have a family member that's been in a hospital, or you've been in a hospital in one of the very nice rooms, you'll also see a nice big TV up there, and they've raised money for that. And
ice cream machine, I think, is something else that they've done in the past.
Yep. Yeah. And so they just make sure that money's used to things that will enhance things at the hospital. Let's just put it that way. A big event coming up on Sunday, April 21st, Brent, and this is a fundraiser for Kendry Selko, who is a young lady who is fighting bone cancer. And this is something we want to get as many people to as we can, and or just ask you to make a donation at the bank in Sargent.
Yeah, absolutely. Friends and family of Hannah and Jeff Selko coming together to put together a fundraiser and benefit for their daughter Kendry, who is fighting bone cancer. And the special event is scheduled for this weekend, Sunday, April 21st from 2 until 4. This will be held at the Palladium in Sargent. A silent auction, free will offering, dessert bar, and some other things that they have planned for this Sunday, April 21st from 2 until 4. They're also conducting a couple of special raffles right now. One is for a 75th anniversary model Ruger 1022 Sporter, and also for a half beef to be processed in August at Sargent Pack. So you can get tickets for those raffle prizes right now by calling these numbers, 870-3731 or 215-01 0168. Had an opportunity to visit with Pam Goldsby last week about the event. She's one of the friends of Hannah and Jeff that are helping put together this fundraiser. We're going to play that interview for you this morning on KCNI 1280 AM and 96.3 FM during our public affairs time at 10:05 this morning. So we encourage you to tune in and listen and get more information about the special event. They've also set up a Facebook page, which is Selco Medical Fund. So you can search that out and look at the Facebook page, kind of keeping you updated on the different auction items that people have donated. Pam also told me that they will basically take auction items right up until the time of the event. So if you'd like to donate something for the auction, you can contact Pam again at 870-3731 or Margaret Devine at 215-0168. Now, if you can't make it to the event but you want to donate anyway, we do want you to know that they have set up a medical fund for Kendry, which is set up at the First National Bank in Sargent.
All right, let's travel to western Custer County and talk a little bit about Arnold. They're going to make Arnold shine. Volunteers will be helping on Monday, a week from today, April 22nd. And if you have property in Arnold that needs some cleaning up and you need help, call 848-2522 or 848-2228 and get a hold of Patty Lamberty or Becky Daly and get some information so that you can participate and, or if you need some help, get things cleaned up. April has been designated as Community Cleanup Month in Arnold. They're going to make it shine.
And since we're in Arnold, maybe you're cleaning up and you need a break.
Oh, yeah.
Well, how about going over to Brubaker's Coffee House and Gifts right there in Arnold, Nebraska? Check out what they have going on. They are your historic destination barista bar and gift shop in Arnold, Nebraska. Right now featuring a beautiful collection of Consuela handbags in their gift store section of the store. Some new spring items are in, cheery florals and yard decor. And while you're checking out the gift selection, you can enjoy a delicious drink and goodie that they serve up daily at Brubaker's Coffee House and Gifts in Arnold. Make sure you follow them on Facebook to keep up on all the latest happenings at Brubaker's in Arnold. They are open Tuesday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., open on Saturdays from 9 to 3. So enjoy Brubaker's work.
KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. Donald Trump has arrived at court in New York for jury selection in his criminal hush money trial. CBS News legal analyst Ricky Kleeman.
This is a lengthy process. I do not expect it to take a couple of days. I frankly expect it to take a couple of weeks.
Trump is required to be there for each day. The FBI now involved after Baltimore's Key Bridge collapse. CBS's Robert Legary.
The U.S. Attorney in Maryland would not confirm the existence of an investigation, but said in a statement, quote, "The public should know whether it's gun violence, civil rights abuses, financial fraud, or any other threat to public safety or property. We will seek accountability for anyone who may be responsible."
The Biden administration warning Israel against escalation after Iran's launched strikes against Israeli military targets over the weekend. National Security Council spokesman John Kirby tells CBS.
We don't want to see a wider war. We don't want to see this escalate further. We're certainly not looking for a conflict with Iran.
All of the missiles were shot down. CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Nick Coe.
The NBA playoffs are set. The Thunder, the number 1 seed in the West, they had the tiebreaker over the defending champion Nuggets, who get the number 2 seed. The West play-in games on Tuesday have the Pelicans hosting the Lakers in the 7-8 matchup. Then you've got the Kings hosting the Warriors in the 9-10 game. In the East, Celtics, of course, the number 1 seed. Knicks get the 2 seed. Bucks fall down to 3rd. The East play-in games will be on Wednesday. You've got the Sixers hosting the Heat in that 7-8 game. Hawks at the Bulls in the 9-10 matchup. In the NFL, the Colts have signed defensive tackle DeForest Buckner to a 2-year, $46 million extension. The Jets unveiled new uniforms today, modernizing the team's logo and look from the New York Sack Exchange era of the 80s. The Jaguars are bringing back their original 1990s uniforms as a throwback option this season, and Scotty Scheffler won his second green jacket on Sunday.
Here's your weatherology forecast. Lows level off around 49. Overnight, under clear skies. Winds out of the southeast, 10 to 15 miles per hour. Slight chance for storms. Monday, daytime highs approaching 84. Mainly sunny skies. Thunderstorms likely. Monday night, lows dip down to about 50. Mainly cloudy skies expected. Highs level off around 68. Tuesday, with thunderstorms likely. 65, mainly clear. Wednesday. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Laura Lockwood.
Sorry, but we actually have a wait list for our Monstera.
Shaw's greenhouse is really bringing in the green.
We can't keep snake plants in stock.
She needs a construction manager to build on her roots and grow.
We could add a whole section for ferns, and here we'd have dahlias, dahlias, and more dahlias.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. With eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Currently 57 under a sunny sky here at Broken Bow. Winds are beginning to pick up now out of the southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Brent and Dave with you here on this Monday. We want to thank our sponsors who make our video stream and replays on The Breakfast Show available. They include Central Nebraska Warehouse and Storage, Culligan, Fairder Auto, Garden Center, Hunter's Towing, Ideal Realty, Quality Senior Village, Ross Electric, and Hertique, Runza and V-Bar Trailer Sales and Service. All are seen on our live stream feed on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter/X. And we appreciate that very much. The quilt show continues at Custer's Last Stitch Quilt Guild. They are at Brookstone View Community Room at 850 Laurel Parkway Drive in Broken Bow. They began the show on the 13th and will run through the 20th, Monday through Friday, 9 to 5:30, Saturdays 9 to 5, and Sundays 1 to 4. If you'd like more information, you can call 308-767-2300. So that continues, and stunning array of works that you'll be able to appreciate and view there at Brookstone.
Yeah.
All right. One other thing we have to bring forward here is that you might be running out of time if you've been thinking about taking part in the Central Nebraska Volunteer Mission Trip to Rolling Fork, Mississippi. This is a disaster relief trip for a tornado that hit Rolling Fork. And the folks in the Arcadia area go somewhere every year, if not more than once, and they're heading down there. Oh, I forgot to unplug the phone again. Kristen, I'm sorry. June 1st through the 9th, you'll be on a bus, big coach bus, with a whole bunch of good people. For 13 through 19-year-olds, it's $475 per person. That includes all meals. For 20 and over, it's $525 per person. You might have to pick up a couple of fast food meals on the way to help out because it does cost a lot of money to have the bus and do all the things that are done there. Space is limited and availability is a first come, first serve. If you can't go, you might check and see if you can buy a seat for someone who can go but can't afford it. It's all sponsored by the Arcadia Methodist Church, and you can send your name, address, phone number, and email address and age with a $50 deposit, at least a $50 deposit. Make your checks out to the Arcadia MC Mission Trip and mail them to the gal that is a multitasking genius, Teresa Staub. Mail her at 79962 465th Avenue, Arcadia, Nebraska, 68815. If you have any questions, you can call her at 308-202-0214. And scholarships, as I mentioned, are available for people out there, especially young people who would probably benefit from the trip and enjoy the trip and learn something along the way. For more information, just get a hold of Teresa.
All right.
All right is right. That's what we're doing on a Monday. It sure is Monday. It sure is. It's Monday. here. Okay, there's one thing about losing your temper, and I'm speaking from experience.
That's never happened.
And most of us tried very hard as we went through life to reduce the number of times we lose our temper as time goes along. I mean, it's kind of a responsibility as you get older. You're supposed to, grow up and have control of yourself. Not to say that it still doesn't happen to all of us once in a while. I especially think a lot of us lose our temper when we're by ourselves working on something. And
oh, yeah.
We have a hammer and we use it for other purposes. Those sorts of things. It's not real healthy.
Okay, so what prompts you to lose your temper the most? And I'm talking about now at your stage in life. I'll just tell you mine.
Okay.
Stupidity. Seriously.
Exactly.
I really think that stupidity of my own causes me to lose my temper quicker than anything else. And I guess it's just where I'm at in my life. And I'll be honest with you, I do more stupid things at this point in my life, I think, than I did when I was younger. Although maybe when I was younger, I did just as many stupid things, but I didn't think they were as stupid at the time. I don't know. But stupidity will make me lose my temper.
I'm with you. Or feeling kind of the stupidity, feeling inadequate. Maybe you're working on something, you have a project, and all of a sudden you realize, I am not doing this correctly, and I should be able to, and I can't, or right now I'm so stubborn I won't, and it comes down to stupidity.
Yeah.
I agree with you. So a Rangers pitcher had a tantrum after a ball game, or maybe after he was pulled from a ball game.
Mm-hmm.
His name is Brock Burke, and he is a relief pitcher for the Rangers. And he no longer will be playing this year because after allowing 3 hits and 4 runs in the 7th inning of his team's 12-8 win over the Houston Astros, he had a poor showing, so he punched a wall with his pitching hand.
Oh, no. I didn't hear about this.
And broke it. So he'll not be pitching for a while. The manager, Bruce Bochy, he said Burke was frustrated and added, quote, "You got to love the fact that he was upset with not helping the club last night, but it just wasn't a smart move," unquote.
Stupidity, maybe?
Despite the performances, the Rangers lead the American League West with an 8-7 start. Tom Petty did that. Frustrated at a concert or after a concert or getting ready for a concert, and he punched a locker or a wall or something like that, and couldn't play for a while because he broke his hand. Probably happens more than it should. Let's see here. I think I'll skip the jury selection for a very big trial today. There'll be plenty of coverage on that on the news media. I think this is a good news story. We've talked about it with Mid-Plains Community College, Casey, and others involved in education. Vocational school making a big comeback. I think it's been happening for a while. Thanks to the Gen Zs, as the boomers retire, it looks like the Gen Z kids will be the new wave of plumbers, welders, and construction workers. Let's face it, they've seen what student loans look like for the millennials, and they're just not interested. Plus, we're going to need those kind of people to fill those jobs, and that job market is wide open. HVAC, welders, all those sorts of things, plumbers, electricians, construction people. And that particular group of young people are leaning towards doing that sort of thing, maybe a 1 or 2 year school and walking out and having a job and making darn good money. So that's the trend right now. And I think we've seen it happening for a while now. So I wished I would have taken some classes like on that sort of thing so I wouldn't lose my temper and throw a hammer.
Amen to that. You got it, man. I'm right there with you.
Oh, I think instructions tend to cause problems with some of us because we don't either use the instructions or we don't understand them, when they lay out, here's this particular type screw, it goes in A, and these other ones go in B, and you have to put it together in this order. That makes me mad just thinking about it. Good to have you aboard. We'll be right back.
The 4-H and FFA programs were that foundation set for me to compete and get better all the time.
I was also introduced to topics like entrepreneurship and record keeping. All of those experiences grow lots of possibilities.
If you believe in developing the next generation, these programs are developing leaders for our community and our state.
Choice gas selection has begun. Call 877-274-5710 by April 24th to make your choice. Constellation is proud to support Nebraska 4-H and FFA.
Brenna was at the courthouse the other day, and I just want to say hello to some folks at the courthouse, Custer County Courthouse.
All right.
I just got home, and after I was at the courthouse, and sometime later, I told my wife, Joan, I said, that was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it because I was at the assessor's office, and all the crew in there, we were having a conversation, kidding around, talking about music and different things, and that was a whole lot of fun. I went out into the open area there, and here comes the treasurer, and Sherry says hi, and she told me a nice story, and then the wild redhead came around the corner and gave me a big hug and said, how you doing? And I walked down the stairs, and I got in my car and said, that was fun.
Yeah, that's
just
nice.
Visiting with the crew up there, they're always so nice and enjoy their company, and I think they do a good job of serving the public and making it enjoyable. And so, hi guys.
Yeah.
You use the elevator when you go to the courthouse?
Never have.
I don't think I have either.
No.
I might just get on it right up and down, but I don't think it's like a fast elevator. I think you might want to take a sandwich. Oh. you might get hungry.
I'm telling you, as you continue to go through your latter years in life, I envision you being the elevator operator somewhere. I just think you would be so good at that. I've said this before. When we go to state wrestling, it's at the CHI Health Center, of course, there in Omaha. And in order to get clear up to the top where we broadcast from, you have to take the freight elevator. And usually there's always someone in there, that's all they do. They just punch the buttons and take you up and down. And I'm like, I can see Dave Burney doing this.
Well, now I'm guessing, have you ever been in the horse races in Fauner Park?
I never have been.
I don't know if they still do this anymore. They may not. I haven't been there for a while, and they were still doing it maybe the last time I was there. And you'll see that when you get to the cities as well, and maybe a hotel or a busy place. They'll have tenants in the bathroom. And they got a bowl there, and they keep the bathroom clean as it's used. And they'll have a tip container there. Yeah. And I always thought that would be an interesting job. I mean,
I just feel there's so many roads we could go down with this right now, but I'm going to refrain.
I'd rather do that than be a greeter at Walmart.
Now, I'll be honest, that is something I can never see you doing. No way.
No, I wouldn't be I'd rather be in a restroom than Walmart.
You got a little thing that happens when you grin. It's hard to explain.
B.J. Jamison, Lost Without You. Of course, B.J. originally from further up north in the Sandhills, but been spending a lot of time around western Custer County and now all over the country, and just came back from Nashville a while back with another new release. So there you have local talent on the radio on this Monday morning. Well, it's finally happened. And I don't know if this is a good thing or not, but AI has made another step in our society.
Wonderful.
A tech executive says AI girlfriends will be $1 billion industry. That's right. Okay, nerds. Would you pay money for a fully AI girlfriend? A former executive for WeWork posted to X over the weekend that he met a guy who pays nearly $10,000 a month for an A1 romance, and he loves it.
Okay. Well,
this dude says his girlfriend is fully customable. You can customize his girlfriend. And they can even send voice notes back and forth like a human conversation. And if that's not weird enough for you, there are some sites that, well, go a little bit further than we can talk about on this show. Commenters were quick to say, human women had a good run.
Oh, my.
It could be the other way around, guys, too.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. I don't know what to say. Although I'm not surprised that this is where we're going.
No, it's not surprising. What do you want to have a relationship with a machine that's going to cooperate with you on everything? How much fun and excitement would that be that you knew that no matter what you asked or no matter what you said, more than likely the AI personality is going to make you feel good?
Well, I don't know. The more I think about it. Just kidding.
Bob Wills is still the king. Waylon Jennings right here on The Breakfast Show, going a little country today. Hope you're enjoying it. All started out with Chris Stapleton's 47th birthday, and I hope he makes music for 40 more years, 50 more years. That guy is good.
Yeah. I think he was the musical guest on Saturday Night Live over the weekend.
Man.
I think.
Might have to go back and catch that.
Yeah.
You ask an interesting question. We don't have time to dive in it too much, but just think about this one, folks. Brent asked this question.
Well, you were talking about AI girlfriends.
Mm-hmm. Or boyfriends.
Yeah, right. And so I guess my question was would that be considered cheating?
I don't know.
If you're in a relationship and then all of a sudden start talking to an AI girlfriend or boyfriend, is that cheating?
Man, I don't know. The other thing is now, as I told you off the air, I saw a special piece on, I think it was 60 Minutes or the Sunday morning show, where they're using AI to, well, there's not enough psychiatrists to go around these days. So they're using AI as a therapist. So you got an AI girlfriend or boyfriend. You have to wonder if that's cheating if you're married, and then you can go to an AI psychiatrist.
Whew.
You know what?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's getting a little scary. Anyway.
Yeah.
So
just have you ever? Maybe you don't want to. I don't really want to, but where will we be 10, 20 years from now in regards to technology, artificial intelligence? Man.
Well, what's worrisome, I think, with artificial intelligence is the computer that they are using is right on the brink of being expanded, and the abilities of that computer are scary. And I'm afraid that computer is going to start doing thinking, making decisions, already can. And when it becomes available more to the general public, what in the heck is going to happen? They could decide that we need a nuclear war to wipe out our enemies. I mean, there's some real risk with that. Logically, we should wipe out the Russians. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Well, that's pretty deep.
Yeah, boy, we did get deep all of a sudden.
As deep as we can go.
My goodness.
Yeah. Well, I hope you get through the day and don't lose your temper.
Thanks, Dave.
Yes.
Hopefully I won't do anything stupid.